r/ask Reddit. What's that one disgusting thing that everybody except you seems to like? Pictures with babies being gross, like with spaghetti all over their faces and that sort of thing. I do not get the appeal and doubt I ever will. I was at the airport last week and where I was queuing to board the plane there was a long poster. I think it was for ING Bank. And it was like a collage of different life moments. People getting married, playing at a park, graduating, people hugging, etc. The very last picture was a baby absolutely covered in spaghetti, all over his head and torso, and his sister, about 3 years old, also covered in spaghetti and rubbing it into his hair. Made me gag a little, like all I could think was how gross and annoying that would be to clean up, and how the kid would stink of spaghetti and drool. Was it a bank or condom ad? One of my work colleagues, he's the biggest douchebag and poser ever but except me everyone seems to like him. Don't you hate that? I've known a few people that were absolute rotten a-holes, yet they seem to have so many people love them. It makes me feel like I'm going crazy sometimes. The people who I've known like that are extremely outgoing and liven up parties, so instead of seeing them for the douchebags that they are, everybody loves them because they're fun drunks, or totally unpredictable in crazy ways. Check out Chet. He's doing headstands on the pool table and chugging beer through his nose, while singing "It's the End of the World as We Know It." Dude's dated 9 women in the last year, and 3 of them have restraining orders. 1 dropped out of college to move back home to get away from him. Come on, man. Why you gotta be like that? Chet's hilarious. Chet. Those mukbang videos that have millions of views. My roommate used to watch these all the time and they were so ducking disgusting to me. Makes me feel sick watching people stuff their faces and chew so loudly with their mouths wide open. Disgusting. Yeah, I get food travel vlogs. I get food reviews. Hell, I even get competitive eater Matt Stoney challenge vids. But seeing people eat huge amounts of food while chewing loudly, smacking their lips off, and, most irritating for me, sucking in food that's too much for a single bite. Nope. Those social media videos of food being made with so much heavy and greasy shit. You know, the type where it's a whole burger, cooked into a quesadilla with a pound of cheese, then fried and covered in 3 different sauces. I hate those videos because sometimes the food starts looking good, then they add more, and more, and more. Then they always get out a stupid squeezy bottle and coat every inch in sauce and I'm sitting here like holy shit, you ruined it 5 steps ago, yet you're still going. You'd like the comic book Get Jiro. Weird dystopia fiction where chefs are allowed to enforce quality food control at the point of a sword if they so choose. Lip injections. You look like a clown. I don't get it. That combined with the fake eyelashes just makes people look absolutely ridiculous. Like a cartoon ostrich. Any excessive botox, you wind up looking like a mannequin and can't move your face. Games designed to be addictive instead of fun to suck money out of you. Open bracket. I like my addictive games to be designed to be as fun as possible with a one-time upfront payment. Thank you very much. I could buy 10 absolutely amazing masterpieces I could spend tens of hours with per game and remember them for decades for the price of a bunch of energy and cosmetics in some shitty mobile game with a dev budget lower than the coffee budget of the advertising department. Yeah, I hate it. The weird addiction-focused style of games seem to be seeping into AAA titles as well and it has really been bothering me. This is because microtransactions are disgustingly effective. Whenever these types of questions come, people will always say anything related to butts lol. Reddit has turned into an analingus enthusiast website that occasionally discusses other topics. Are they a relative of Colonel Angus? Celebrity gossip. You're telling me you didn't want to know these 2 strangers with little to no impact on your life just had a baby? Or they got divorced and it's totally Celebrity A's fault because they are such a demeaning but PG insult. People who slam their friends' faces into birthday cakes. Just stop. Or wedding. I paid $300 for my hair and makeup to not have cake all over it. My family was a little worried my husband and I would do that. I'm not sure why. We both hated it. My husband wanted to feed me a tiny slice with a fork because he thought it was cute. Social media validation edit. The irony is not lost on me. Now stop validating me, guys. Killing my image here. I think this was a good post that you made. I appreciate your supportive comment. Zit, cyst, etc. Popping videos. Oh yes, someone finally said IT's duck, I'm disgusting. Distressed face vomiting. Distressed face vomiting. Distressed face vomiting. Bro, does anybody actually like that stuff? Holy shit, I woke up with 102 notifications. People. What a bunch of bastards. Dear sir/madam, I am writing to inform you of a fire. Funny videos of people or animals puking. Some people legit think that's funny. No, it's ducking festy. What does festy mean? Aussie slang for gross. Reality TV shows. I really appreciate reality TV shows. I can be lazy, bookkeeping wise, but when every channel ever decided they needed to replace every other form of show with them, I'd finally had enough. So for the last decade or so, I've been saving at least $50 a month and probably much more. Reality TV shows basically gave me over $6,000 at this point by weaning me from any non-streaming sort of video. The only reality I enjoy is Hell's Kitchen. I know it's fake as shit, but it's so goddamn entertaining. Great way to turn my brain off after a hard work day. Well, I know I can't be the only one that finds them disgusting. But long fake nails, unless you have a serious case of hand washing OCD, there is no way that can be hygienic. I lost a job once because a recruiter with long nails mistyped my social security number. The company fired me rather just confronting me about potential identity fraud. A-holes. Dude, what? People that let dogs lick their mouths. OMFG. What is wrong with them? They'll often quote some bullshit urban myth about dogs having sterile saliva or some such self-deceiving rubbish so they can feel okay about their perverse desire to tongue kiss dogs. My dog tries to lick my face and I just move my face just a few centimeters out of reach or put my hand between his tongue and my mouth, because I know he licks his balls. Before I got my dog fixed, I saw him give himself a BJ in the front yard. He didn't care who was watching. Deep fried butter and deep fried mayonnaise. It sounds so gross, but everyone seems to eat it at state fairs or amusement parks. Deep fried mayonnaise today I learned. That's either the most American or the most Scottish thing I've ever heard. Clipping your nails anywhere outside of your house. If you are in a nail salon, that makes sense. But if you are at work on the bus, just don't. I got these really cool old bedside tables for $5 each to do up. They're solid wood. You couldn't get them that cheap at a store. I was so excited. Anyway, I've had them in storage a few months and I got them out to sand, and my daughter, 2 years old, opened the bottom drawer and was like looking at something gritty. I looked and it was a pile of ducking fingernail clippings. I threw up in my mouth a bit. Something very similar happened to me. Bought a second-hand bedside table from Gumtree for £5. When I got it home, I opened the bottom drawer, full of all these bits. I put my hand in and brought some out while trying to figure out what I was looking at. And yep, lo and behold, thousands of nail clippings. It's making me retch just thinking about it. Honestly, have never seen so many nail clippings in my life. I mean, WTF. Is that a thing people do? Collect their nail clippings? There must have been years and years worth in there. Grossest thing ever. Anything Kardashian. I agree. But to be fair, by this point I think I've seen far more people complain about the Kardashians than I have people actually talk about them positively. Kissing dogs on their mouth. Or dogs licking their mouth. Also, people sharing an ice cream cone with their dog. Just imagining the drool taste smell they leave behind makes me uncomfortable. Tiger King. The guy is a sociopath who manipulated 2 young straight men into a sexual relationship, which ended in one of them committing suicide. Then he had the audacity to give the most tasteless eulogy in front of the guy's family. He's a predator, and I'm shocked that more non-straight and non-monogamous people aren't speaking up against him being released and getting more screen time. Yeah, not to mention the whole wildlife exploitation part. We were all so distracted by his personal drama to notice the actual horrors of that series. I thought the horrors were the point. I finished the series glad that he was locked up because society is better off. ASMR. I struggled with intrusive thoughts that gave me mild insomnia for like years until I found ASMR. I mostly listened whispering once, because it helped me feel like I had someone else with me, keeping me calm and not letting my thoughts wander. Eventually I started to like sleeping instead of dreading it, oftentimes wanting to sleep so badly that I just forgot to turn it on, and then after more time I could just fall asleep normally. I don't listen to ASMR much anymore, and if I do it's usually whispering in foreign languages, since I'll be reading and if it's English it distracts me. I hate the ones that are people eating or licking the mic or weird kinky shit like that, but the keyboard typing or fire crackling or pencil writing is pretty nice. Alcohol. Literally this. Ducking, thank you. I'm so sick of explaining to people that I'm not sober because I'm a recovering alcoholic. I just don't ducking care about drinking. Some people like to drink. Some people don't. It's not complicated. Edit. I'm so touched that this resonated with so many people from so many different backgrounds. Peace and happiness to whoever reads this. OMG, explaining why you are not a drinker gets so old so quick. Hard relate on this one. Life. Instagram. Why do people insist on torturing themselves daily with doctored pics of everyone else's totes amazing lives? Gender reveal parties. Pictures with babies, or parents creating Facebook profiles in the name of their children, and that children are like 3 years old or less. I'd like to add family vloggers to this. Anyone willing to monetize their children through the invasive filming of their lives is absolutely disgusting. Brother/sister/family porn. EWWWW. I personally do not care because they're obviously not really brother and sister, so I just forget it. If they are brother and sister, then I wouldn't know what to say. Licking buttholes. Now do you mean watching someone licking a butthole, being asked to lick someone's butthole, or getting your butthole licked? Because brother, I can tell you I used to feel all three until a woman did the latter to me. When she did it without even warning me she was going to do it, I wanted to tell her to stop. I wanted to say that's ducking gross. I wanted to physically stop her. But my body would not move. And I mean every muscle locked up completely. I couldn't even breathe. And the only sound I could make was that of a squirrel being slowly strangled. Out of all the countless times I've had sex, I never felt such a loss of control. She could have done anything and I wouldn't have moved an inch. Basically, she made me the beach. I also had this response. Like dude I poop there, what are you? Well now hang on a damn minute. Febreze air fresheners. Febreze was originally unscented, but people thought it didn't work. It does. So they started adding scents to it. I'm not sure if they still sell unscented Febreze, but it's a pretty killer product. I'm not shilling. I just work around food and my clothes always stink. I only get the air variety, which if it does have a scent it is very subtle. Yeah, contemporary books that focus on romanticizing abuse. Terrible writing advice. Made a YT video on this. Alpha heroes. And the shit these writers put into these books really shocks me. He's always sarcastic AF in a humorous way, but JP sounded legitimately angry throughout the video when talking about the glorified abuse in romance novels. Whiskey. I have so many friends who love it, but the moment it touches my tongue I gag immediately, regardless of how expensive it is. Edit. Whoa. My first award. Go figure, it would be for something that makes me gag. Thank you for sympathizing, kind stranger. And I suspect most people, forced myself to drink it and one day something clicked and now I love it. It's weird. That's most alcohol you drink straight, honestly. Smoking. Chain smoker here, and I can agree that the habit is disgusting. Mukbang. Boiled okra. Okay, this is a special southern answer to this question. It's so good when it's breaded and fried though, right? It becomes a deceptively different thing. Oysters, cockles, abalone and all other snotty texture seafood. Yuck. YouTube shorts. Anal. You know what I think is sick and weird? Why do some people take pictures of their dead dying family members? Like at the hospital with my aunt, and it's pictures of someone's aunt on breathing tubes unconscious. It makes no sense to me why you would take pictures and put them on social media. Truffles. The smell makes my stomach turn. I feel like there has to be some kind of bizarre conspiracy or truffle gatherer lobby or something for them to be so expensive. Celery. Absolutely hate it. Can tolerate it dried or teeny tiny pieces in something like stuffing. But often people put giant chunks in soups and it's distressed face vomiting. Out of everyone I've met, only one friend ever shared the same distaste for it. Calling people baby and daddy. Who the duck wants the image of their dad or child during sex? Anal. Yes, I've tried it. No, I don't like it. No, I won't like it with you. Yes, I'm sure. Being drunk drinking. IDK, I tried being drunk once and didn't like it. I like being in control of my actions 24/7. Gaping. Twerking. Not sorry. It's extremely unattractive. Bananas. The smell of ripe bananas makes me want to throw up. I have not met anyone else that dislikes ripe bananas. Edit. I have found my people. Celebrity worship. Anyways, this title needs another comma. Confusing AF. Any meat that comes in a can. Duck and gross. Nauseated face. Growing up poor, you'll eat what you can get. Oysters. They're just like snot. And before you say you've got to try oysters, Kilpatrick. Adding bacon and sauce will make anything taste good. Having your face come on. It's just not very appealing to me. Blue cheese. Followed by lamb. Both, equally, leave a disgusting aftertaste that gasoline couldn't get rid of. Beer. I've tried every type from IPA to lager to ale. I even work in a bar that prides itself in having over 100 different kinds, brands, whatever of beer. It all tastes bad. Like watery bitterness with very little difference in flavor. Oh, you're saying that cool new blueberry beer really tastes like blueberries? No, it doesn't. Why would you lie to me like this? I was looking forward to the taste of blueberries combined with some carbonation and a hint of alcohol, but all I got was blue bitter carbonated shit with a lingering sense of betrayal. This is why I stick to cocktails and ciders. Cause at least that shit has flavor. Edit. Spelling because I got too wrapped up in my fiery zeal towards my hatred of fermented wheat juice. TikTok. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.